Well, it's taken me 20 years. I worked here back 20 years ago as tour guide and house poet and painter. I painted the face of a whole number of things. Let's just jump right into this. I am very much a storyteller, and we're just gonna, I've got one here. You're gonna love this in particular. Both of you guys. Yeah, this is Malcolm, I think, yes. One evening, my mom and dad said, get on your best clothes, we're going down to the restaurant. So away we go, and we get there, and we're all looking at, it's a nice place, and we're all looking at the menu, and I said, look at this, frog legs, frog legs. Now, I'm 8 or 9 years old. My dad said, order them if you want. So I order a whole platter full of frog legs, and we get done with our meal. My dad pays the bill, and when we leave, this is a nice summer evening, no rain or anything, like now. And instead of going back out on the main boulevard, he went through the parking lot, out the back alley. And as I'm hanging my head out the back window, and behind the restaurant, I see all these little frogs on walkers. 9 years old, and I'm still trying to flush that memory out of my mind. I'm like, okay, now, I had a dear friend. He became a father figure. His name was Fat Jack. And he and I used to meet down near the Ormsby House in Carson, another lifetime ago, way back. We would meet for coffee at the Carl's Jr. every morning. And one morning we're talking, doing our coffee, and he says, Jim, did I ever tell you I drove yellow cab for 20 years downtown New York City? And it just blew me against the bench. I went, you gotta be kidding. And he goes, so help me God. 20 years, New York City, downtown yellow cab. And I says, I can't even imagine what you've seen. And he says, everything, just everything. And I said, Jack, what about the jokes? Tell me your favorite joke. And he says, there were thousands. Let me scratch my brain overnight. Tomorrow morning when we meet, I will tell you my favorite joke. Needless to say, I couldn't sleep, couldn't wait till morning, and we meet the next morning, take a shot off our coffee, and he says, are you ready? Are you ready? A cabbie gets a drunk call, and he drives over to the particular bar, and he goes in, and the bartender says, he's down at the end of the bar, he just fell off his stool. So the cabbie says, I just got to get another job. Anyway, he goes down there and he's dragging him out. He's got him in his arms, he's dragging him out. And he gets over to the door. There's no one to help him. And he's got an armful of this guy, and so he leans him against the wall. He holds him there a minute. And he goes to get, and down he goes. So he gets him up, kicks the door open, he gets him out to the cab, and his idea, he's going to put him in the back seat. Once again, he's got his arms full of this guy, and he's like, so he leans him against the side, the rear side of the cab, leans him there, gets it, down he goes again. At this point, he pulls his wallet out, and he goes, 143 37th Street. I know about where that is. Okay. Stuffs the wallet back in, stuffs the guy in the back seat, drives over there. Now, this is a brownstone, so he's got to drag the guy all the way up about 10 stairs, and he finally gets him up there, and he's trying to go for the bell. He's got a handful. Leans him against the front of the brownstone, left of the door. Down he goes again. At this point, he tells himself, you know what, the hell with him, let him lay there. Pushes the bell, and a lady comes to the door, And he says, ma'am, as you can see, I'm with Yellow Cab. Does this guy belong here? And she says, yes, he does, but where's his wheelchair? Fat Jack died in a head-on collision outside Dayton, Nevada about 20-some years ago. That is what he left me, and I've managed to be able to make however many hundreds of people laugh with that. I don't think he could have given me a better gift. Moving right along real quick, I'm running out of time. A friend of mine took his 2 sons down to the cafe the other day. I think it was Wednesday. And one of them, let's see, he is 6. And the other one is 4. So the waitress comes up to the 6-year-old and says, hi, sweetie, what would you like today? And he pounds his fist on the table. Things go flying. And he says, I want a damn cheeseburger. And his dad goes, you little weasel, you wham, backhands him. He goes flying. And the waitress, to kind of get a grip on things, looks at the 4-year-old and says, and what would you like? And the 4-year-old says, you can bet your ass I don't want a damn cheeseburger. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night. Welcome to Virginia City. Like Red Skelton used to say, good night and may God bless.